Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with American Vineyard Magazine, reporting to you from Reedley, California. I'm here with George Rodriguez. He's a farm labor contractor, Grapeman Labor, and it's mid-June right here. We're in a block of flame seedless. This is actually your own, own vineyard here. But he's got his crews working up and down the rows. Wanted to talk about what's going on right now in the table grape business here.
Well, we're in the middle of June, a little bit behind our schedules because of all the rains we had in May. We've delayed. We really didn't get a full week's of work. Once we hit May 15th, we kind of struggled with labor a little bit because of the blueberries going on, the cherries going on, the leafing going on. We do the leaf pulling, and so we been trying to catch up, and there's times that I'll have to call some of my other labor contractor friends to come in and help out, and we all help each other out to come in and catch up on our work. Right now, we got through the leafing. We're now making the turn. We're coming back, and we are now hanging the bunches. All the bunches and clusters are stuck in the wires, stuck in the canes. We come in, we snip them, we hang them. Everything's hanging real nice and separated. We like to see them all looking exactly like hanging, just like chandeliers. That's what an old friend of mine used to tell me. When you hang bunches, you want to see everything hanging just like chandeliers. And that's what we're seeing right now with the people we're doing. They're going through, and they're all these clusters that were stuck on top right here. We're bringing them down, and we're hanging them nice, getting them ready for harvest. After this, we're not doing any thinning. The bloom sprays did a great job. We're trying to get maybe about 120 to 140, 50 berries per cluster. Whereas we're about hitting, and so we don't have to do any thinning in this. Now, if your bloom sprays, because of weather, you bloom at different times in the same block, you don't get that great bloom spray. And what happens is then you got to come in with clippers, and you got to start thinning out the clusters and taking out berries to make room for the berries to grow.
Right. So you're saying that if they don't separate them from the wire, then you could have some difficulty pulling them out when the time comes to harvest.
Yes, right? A lot of the bunches are either stuck together or hanging on the wire, and once it colors up and it's ready for harvest, when you clip them and you pull them, they'll fall apart, and you don't want your clusters falling apart. You want that nice form bunch.
Right, and then after this task, what's the next thing that you'll be considering in table grapes?
Well, this is our last pass here in the flames, hanging the bunches, no thinning. Our next process is preparing for harvest for this block right here. Of course, the sprays will continue. We'll girdle one more time for color. We'll come in here for sprays, for fungicide, maybe color. And on my part, I'm not into the spraying. I don't really get involved in the spraying. My part is to prepare all the equipment, get everything ready. So when July 4th to July 10th comes around, we're prepared for harvest. We got to get our tables ready, our picking tubs ready, our scales ready, our umbrellas ready, and we prepare to, when we come back for harvest, we start giving schools to all our people about the heat, drinking water, make sure they know all the emergency processes, and then give them a school on harvest and how we want to pick, what color we want to pick, how we're going to pack, what we're going to pack in, what weight, and so on and so on.
Great. So, with the difficulty in the weather, we had more rain than ever in the month of May. So are you pretty positive of the, in spite of needing to maybe spray some more, you think that the rain was really good for the grapes? Or?
Well, the month of May makes it tough for us. The month of May, for the rains, it really holds us back. You get a lot of moisture in the ground. We're worried about mildew. So we're having to leaf a little sooner, open up a little sooner, maybe some blocks disc the ground to air it out. But it did put us behind. But every year we go through this, and every year somehow, some way we get by.
Great. Well, thank you, George. Thanks for the update. Also want to mention that George has recently been honored by the Nisei Farmers League as the Agriculturalist of the Year, which will be featuring him and his farm labor contracting business in the coming issue of American Vineyard Magazine. So be sure to read about him there. Thank you again, and Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.